What's with me? Going deep, Chad and JT.
What's up, Stokers of Stoke Nation? This is Chad Kroger coming in with the Going Deep with Chad and JT podcast. I said TG. Chad and JT podcast, episode 38 with my dog JT. What up?
What up, dude? Boom clap, Stokers. Boom
Yeah.
clap. Chad, you seem extra excited today.
I am extra excited because we're in some new digs right now.
Yes, our space has changed. We are at
Right.
the All Things Comedy Studio, dude.
Ooh, it's beautiful. There's wood. There's a beautiful TV. I just love wood, dude. I feel like I'm in a boat.
It looks cool and it protects us.
A boat recording studio.
Yeah, wood is ridiculously cool. Like a sequoia tree. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? 100
Yeah.
feet tall with that wide base.
Yeah.
Get your whole football team together and hold hands around it. And then your coach is like, we are one tree with many branches, but one tree. And at our base, when we are together, we cannot be broken. And you're like,
Dude, I fucking love wood.
yeah, wood's the best. And then we got these cool framed photos from
Other podcasts here. We got
Yeah.
Bill Burr,
our podcasting older brothers.
The Puck Off, The Dollop, Gentleman's Dojo,
Tiger Belly.
Tiger Belly.
That's what's up.
We got some booze behind us if we want to get loosey-goosey on the pod.
We have a new engineer. What up, dude?
What up?
What up?
What up? You know how DJ Khaled before every song goes, we the best music.
Yeah.
We could have that. We the best podcast. We the best Stoke.
Dude, on the way over here, I took an Uber because my license is expired, and so I shouldn't be driving because that technically means I don't have insurance. So
Yeah.
I've just been Ubering, but I'm gonna get my license tomorrow. I promise, Stokers.
I thought you were going to rectify it today.
I was gonna do it today, but then I had a late night,
Okay.
which is another story that I may not tell. And
I
then
thought you were going to get into it.
I'll touch on it.
Okay.
So I was supposed to go to the DMV today. I didn't. I'm going to go tomorrow. But so I've been Ubering around in the meantime. And right when I get so my Uber driver pulls up, he hits the curb, and like five of us just go, ooh, ah, and my shoulders kind of shiver. Then I get into the car, and I go to the center seat to pull it down to see if there's a cup holder in there to put my iced tea. And then the guy's just staring at me pissed. And I'm like, does this not come down? He's like, no, it doesn't come down. And it had so much attitude. I was like, fine. All right. So I climbed into the car kind of awkwardly. I closed the door. And then he starts to pull away. And I was so mad at him for like giving me so much attitude that I was going to be like, hey, so you hit that curb pretty hard. But I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Then we get here to All Things Comedy. But I accidentally went to their office instead of to their recording studio. And so I told the guy, I was like, hey, I'm going to update the address. So I changed the address. And it changed in my phone, but it didn't change on his. And I was like, all right, it's changed. He's like, it's not changed. And I was like, maybe refresh the app. He's like, there's nothing I can do. I don't need to refresh the app, all right? If it's not changed, it's not changed. I was like, why do you have so much edge in your voice? And then he's like, I don't have edge in my voice. I'm just telling you the truth. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a hard truth to swallow.
Yeah.
And then he was like, huh? And I was like, look, I can just tell you how to get there. And he was like, all right. And then we pulled in, and then when he said goodbye, he actually was really nice. He's like, hey, man, have a good day. And I was like, yeah, you too, man. And I think actually our little pissing match made us closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were at each other's throats and you bonded. Dude, you guys are going to be boys like 10 years from now. You're going to
Yes.
see each other. You're going to be like, remember that Uber refreshing app debacle? And then you'll be like, yeah. And then you'll be like, I'm glad you're my best man.
That'd be cool. What about you? How are you doing?
Good. I just got a haircut. Always stressful. Hopped in the seat with Jess. I think it went okay. I feel good about it. You know, it's a very stressful moment. I'm always nervous. I meditate before. And I was like, Jess, we're going to get through this together. Half an inch. That's it. And she was like, copy.
It looks soft.
Yeah. How's your noggin?
Let's see. Yeah, still a fucking disaster.
You got some black roots coming in.
The roots are coming in strong. The Propecia makes it grow back 3 times as fast.
Does it?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, that Propecia sounds sweet as long as it doesn't affect your knob.
Yeah, it is supposed to have side effects on the dong. Like I've said, people said that after they took Propecia, it made them feel like their penis was a rubber attachment.
And that's the only side effect?
No, I think there's other ones, but I just haven't experienced any of them. I've had side effects from other things, but not from Propecia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then I'm going to put some toner in it to make it more blonde.
Do you do that yourself?
Yeah.
What's toner?
I have no idea.
Is it just like you just like put it in your hair?
I got to mix it with something else and then put it in my hair. Yeah.
A concoction?
Something, yeah.
You should have Joe put it in.
That'd be hilarious, dude.
What do I do?
No, dude, I'm not touching your head.
Oh, this goop? Ew.
I'm not your girlfriend. I don't need to rub lotion into your head.
Okay, Blondie.
Yeah, nice hair, Blondie.
Aw, jeez.
No, I don't want to fix your hair. I want to go get a sandwich.
I don't think my impression's on point right now. Fuck. It was
good.
It was good?
Yeah.
Joe, if you're listening, I respect your maturity. So you had an eventful night?
Yeah.
Do you want to dive into it?
I went on a date with a nice young lady. It was our second date. We went to a sausage place that she picked out. It was a great pick. Like, it had a cool atmosphere, a lot of hip people.
What's it called?
Wursters or something. Wursters. And then, yeah, she's just a lot of fun to talk to. And I would tell her, like, stories of when I was, like, a degenerate, and she would just, like, laugh at them. Mm-hmm. So it made me feel very accepted. And, yeah, you know, the thing I regret, though, is that I took half a Cialis so that I'd be better at making love. And I just don't think it's a responsible thing to do, especially combining it with my bipolar medication.
What, did you get like a hard-on?
Yeah.
During the date?
No.
Oh.
But yeah, she's really cool. Yeah, we're definitely going to keep hanging out. Yeah. And she's like a good person. She like places kids who are in she places orphans in homes.
Wow.
And also I felt like I could tell her things that were like maybe societally out of touch or not the right opinion to have, and that she would know that I had the proper amount of shame and conflict about it so as not to like add more of that to it.
Dude, that's important when you feel like you can really say what's on your mind without them attacking you.
Yeah,
that's major.
Yeah, like where they take it in they know that it took a lot for you to say that to them.
Yeah.
So they don't judge you even if they disagree with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love whenever you're hanging out with a girl and she says something that you want to say, and then she like says something kind of taboo,
right?
And you're like, wow, she said that, it's sweet, and then it opens up a whole new thing,
right?
You're like, you can just dive into
you're like, oh, we can go to that town.
Yeah,
like it's like this part of the map on like the video game like opens up when you first walk in there, and you're like, oh, dude, I got a whole new section of the map I can play in.
I'm not gonna get judged.
Yeah, I can like go into this cottage cheese house. Dude. Probably. So NFL season is up and running, dude. We're 3 games in, coming into week 4. It's been a hell of a season. Offensive explosion. Patrick Mahomes looking like some crazy combination of Brett Favre and another good quarterback. He's got good mobility and he's got a fucking live wire rock. But dude, the thing I want to talk to you about was the NFL's roughing the passer rule. So they've always protected the quarterback. Now the rule is you can't use your weight and drive it into the quarterback on a hit. Like if you use your full weight when you hit him, it's a 15-yard penalty. And it's not even just on like hits where the quarterback's already let go of the ball. It's on plays where the quarterback has the ball. Like Clay Matthews sacked, I forget who it was. It might have been Kirk Cousins, while he had the ball, and they still called a penalty for it being too hard of a hit. Yeah. And so all the players are like, I don't know what to do. Like, you want me to like lay him down and put a pillow under his head? That was like a video that somebody made that was really funny. And so NFL players and fans and all the announcers, like every game the announcers are like, I just don't want to talk about this anymore. These rules are stupid and I got nothing left to say. Like they're pissed. Everyone's so pissed. Where do you stand?
Well, like how are you supposed to tackle if you can't use your full weight? Do you just run full speed and then you like stop and you push them?
It doesn't make any sense.
So are people just getting penalties left and right? I saw one guy got injured because of the rule. He like tripped up, or who was that? Yeah,
I don't know his name, but he was a defensive end, I think, for the Titans or the Cowboys, and he on the sack, like was trying to move his body so as not to give the full weight, and then boom, it's like knee collapsed.
Shit.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think you got to let him hit.
Yeah.
At this point. But then every generation's like, oh, all the toughness is gone from the game. Like every generation thinks that the next generation is a bunch of softies.
Yeah.
But maybe that's also true. Like maybe generations do get softer as they go on.
Yeah, maybe we could be the first generation to go harder as we go along.
My direction is to go softer than my dad. I mean, it depends. What's your criterion for harder?
Well, I was just thinking of tackling people. Are you talking about not letting your emotions out?
Yeah.
I guess I could put it simply, like my dad in his prime was rocking 300 pull-ups a day, and I want to strive for that. Basically, what I was talking about is working out hard.
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of pull-ups.
I just don't want a generation that doesn't do pull-ups.
Yeah.
But that's because we do have office jobs.
So we have to compensate with like CrossFit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't even know if guys who worked in factories were that strong.
Yeah, probably not.
Just like, doof, doof.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I wish someone from like 1920 could come in right now and we could just
Observe
check
them.
out his, like an average dude, check out his physique.
Yeah, and his mentality and everything. Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I think he'd be pretty regular.
Yeah. You'd be like, how's it going, dudes?
Yeah.
You'd be like, you're from 1920? He's like, yeah, it fucking sucks. World War I was a fucking
Boondoggle.
boondoggle and a half, my dogs. And we're like, that's how you talk? He's like, yeah, dude. We're like, what about all those announcers? Like Babe Ruth and shit. He's like, nah.
Coming to the plate now, batting third for the New York Yankees. You know him, you love him. Babe Ruth. Rounding the bases with the casual panache of a superstar. Babe Ruth.
Well, do you have to announce the game like that?
And now, batting fourth, the Iron Horse, the rock that the Yankees are built on, Lou Gehrig. All right, dude, what about this next piece of news that Drake and Kim Kardashian had an affair?
Yeah.
Not sure on the length or what happened, but that's the scuttlebutt.
Because do you think Kim and Kanye really, like spending time with each other?
I wonder about that.
Yeah.
I think they must have some. I wonder what do they talk about when they're like laying in bed together?
Or do they even lay in bed together?
Man, that'd be sad if they don't. Yeah, where like these like huge celebrity relationships are more just like managing a company together. Like they have like a board meeting once a week and they go over like what the weekly agenda is.
Yeah. Or maybe that's how like the whole Kim and Drake affair rumor started. They met up. They're like, all right, I'm gonna put some subliminal lyrics in my songs to like imply that we boned.
Right.
Cool. And she's like, yeah, I just want some of the cheese. And Kanye's like, that's cool.
Right, like it's all a cabal that's like working to just keep our attention.
It's a conspiracy, yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the earth is flat.
Yeah, they're keeping us away from the real interesting facts. The things that they don't want us to know. That is interesting about the earth is flat is like, who benefits from making us believe that it's round?
Galileo? NASA?
All right, dude. Did you see that Tyler Cowen article I sent you? This is
Yeah,
like
I didn't get to read it all, but I liked what I saw.
he's basically saying that like even though upward mobility in America is like on a steep decline, that because we perpetuate the story of rags to riches so much in our media, that people believe in it even more now.
Yeah.
Even though it's much harder to do.
Yeah, and he's citing like American Idol as like a rags to riches program.
Yeah, and America's Got Talent.
I was thinking, I thought he was going to say something like Entourage.
Yeah, that one. Well, that fits into that too.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
I was like, all you have to do is kick it in Queens, do a Mentos commercial, be hot, and then have a squad and you're set. That's what I thought. That's what I still think. I mean, we have the squad. We just need.
You're good looking.
Oh, thank you. So are you.
Thank you.
We just need a Mentos commercial.
Yeah, I guess in like other countries, it's just like more like realism in their entertainment.
I don't like realism. I like escape.
Yeah, the dream is nice.
The dream is nice. Why do I need to be reminded of things that suck? I can't stand sad movies. You know, they're like they'll take you down even more. I'm like yeah, it's gonna make you so sad. I'm like, the fuck, dude. Like when I watched American Made with Tom Cruise and he was just flashing that smile, I was like, dude, I could do anything.
But spoiler alert, what about at the end when he gets killed?
I left before that. I left halfway through Blow. Any tragic ending, I just bounce.
What is it about charisma that you find so
I think the idea of walking into a room and making people feel good makes me happy. I think that's why I like partying, you know. It's like it's like in college and stuff when we'd be like day drinking and I'd like walk into a room with my dogs like hammered and we'd just start laughing for no reason. Those are like the best memories.
I like to have like a little bit of sounds bizarre, but like a little bit of like sadness or like regret in my partying. Especially when I was just in Houston, you know, my dad's sick, the Stokers know, and he had a major surgery, the Whipple procedure. And then I would be with him during the day and I'd start to be like, man, I'm getting kind of anxious. But, you know, I was overwhelmed by all of it. And then but you know, felt like so close to my dad and to my family and stuff. But then at night I would just like go party.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd go dance. Like I'm sad, so I'm gonna dance. Like I'm gonna express my
Like you're working through it?
Yeah.
Oh, so you
I like party to like work through my issues.
Yeah.
And to like get a new perspective on them.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I'll be like dancing at the club and I'm literally like thinking about like my relationship with my dad.
I get emotional sometimes when I party. One time I was on a Southwest flight. I had a few beers, and I just started thinking about my parents' divorce, and I was just like crying.
Yeah, I love that. I would love to have been there with you. When I dance, when I first start dancing on the dance floor,
Yeah.
I'll just start moving, and then I'm often by myself, you know, and I'm just trying to really connect to what I'm hearing and let go of everything else.
Yeah.
And then just whatever emotions I'm feeling, bring that to my dancing. And when I have to remind myself, I go, you're not dancing to get laid. You're not dancing to impress anyone. You are dancing because you love to dance. And I have to remind myself of that. But once I do, my body just gets free.
Yeah.
And I just start moving and whipping. And I'm like, there's just no better place for me to beat out the feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's cool. There's the Yuma tent at Coachella when it was just like one beat, and I was just like, I could be here for like all year. Just the same beat and then a fog machine.
Right.
That's all you need. Give me a beat, a fog machine, and 5 square feet.
All right, Chad, who is your babe of the week?
My baby of the week is DJ Magda. DJ Magda is a Polish house DJ. I saw her when I was 22, and she is just the definition of fierce. I went to this club in LA, and as I was saying, she just plays that music where it's like deep house, so it's kind of like the same beat. Oh, it's just doom, 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 or whatever. And she just had this aura about her. She's like, this is what I do. I'm controlling these beats. And it was just like, I was like, DJ Magda, yes. She was just like going back and forth slowly, you know, like bobbing her head. I was like, that's how you DJ that music. She was just like all about the beat and the board. And she was just, and she's also pretty hot too. So I was really impressed with that. I was like, DJ Magda, let me go to Poland and hear some more of your beats. Who's your babe?
My babe of the week is 2 lovely ladies. First is my dad's girlfriend, Kent. She's just a really cool lady, super fun to talk to, really open-minded and interested in things. A lot of positive energy coming from her. And she just is so good to my dad. They get along really well. And this whole time that he's been sick, she's been with him the most. And she's like really been a good partner. And she's very communicative with my brother and I, and always can tell she cares not only about my dad, but about my whole family. And yeah, I really appreciate all she does and the way that she's been a rock for my dad. So you're a babe, Kent. And then my mom, because my mom and dad are divorced, but my mom has still really been there for my dad while he's been going through this. And my mom is just absolute beast when it comes to human difficulties. And she has like this very strong loyalty that comes, I think, from her Colombian roots. Like when her mom was sick, my mom spent like 3 straight months at the hospital with her, like spent the night there every night. I think she said she left like 2 times. And she's, always trying to instill that in my brother and I. And I just really appreciate her. I mean, she's like the biggest pain in the butt. Like if you're sitting in a room with her, she'll make you do 15 different things that probably don't need to happen. But she's trying to make things better for everybody. And I think that's a very nice motivation. So thank you, Mom. You're a babe too. And the way they get along with each other is remarkable. Like they really do seem to like each other and care about one another. So
Your mom and Kent?
yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. I mean, it didn't just start there, but they got there. And there's sometimes an underlying tension, but that's natural, considering the circumstances. But they really do appeal to their better angels, and I can tell they really love each other. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I've met both. Your mom's awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's really fun.
Yeah, she loves to party. Who is your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is Patrice O'Neal.
Yeah, dude.
Legendary comic. If you guys don't know him, check his stuff out. R.I.P. He sadly passed away in 2011. But dude, he's one of the top comics of all time, I think, because he just was the epitome of being real and just raw on stage. He could just talk and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. He'll say stuff that is, extremely offensive. If 99.9% of anyone else said it, then people would be like, wow, you're a piece of shit. But when he says it, it's like charming.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. And he just pulls it off. And I just really admired that confidence they had. And he was just able to be completely honest and he's smart as a whip too. He just, I love listening to him on the Opie and Anthony show, I've been on the Patrice O'Neal bender. He's just so funny, man. Yes.
Yeah.
But also, I like his message and a lot of stuff, which is basically just like, own who you are and like, be on your path and just like, find what you want to do in life and do, just like, I think that's the basic underlying message. It's just like work hard towards your purpose or whatever, and don't let things detract you from your path. I think that's the underlying message in all this shit.
Yeah.
Don't let emotions take you away from what you're meant to do, which I think is like the core of like masculine energy or whatever the fuck. But so that's why I like him.
Yeah, he's a beast. I mean, I've listened to him obsessively at times.
Yeah.
I find if I listen to him too much, I start to like try to act like him, and it never works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I had that thought. I was like, if I tried to apply a lot of his teachings to like my life, people are like, what are you doing? But
it's incredible to listen to.
I did have that worry though when I was listening to him. I was just like, I hope I don't like. Who's your legend?
My legend of the week is my brother,
Oh, nice.
Chris, 2-time
What up, Chris?
legend. He was just such a soldier when we were in Houston last week. He's a great guy. I have probably told this story before, but when we were kids and we used to play Monopoly, I would always try to steal money from the bank to win. And when my brother was on my team, I'd go, hey, I stole $500. He'd be like, put it back. I don't want to win that way. He was like 5. And I remember being like, why is he so much more moral than me? But it was inspiring. We've been co-managing our fantasy football team together, and it's a tough thing to do. But he's been making brilliant moves. He's on the cutting edge of what's happening on the waiver wire. And I just really appreciate his insight in all things, and especially in the arts. He's like an encyclopedia and has great analysis on all the stuff that's out there. And he's just a beast. He was so supportive in Houston, and I was like kind of like, zany or anxious at times, and he's a great ballast because he's just like, anything can happen to him, and he's just a tank. It's just like boom, boom, boom. The shots just bounce off of him. And we did shrooms on Saturday, and we were out at like a super busy bar in Houston called Pitch 25, and there was just a million people around. And I was going to meet a pretty girl who was a fan from Instagram, and I was like, oh man, I'm super nervous to meet her. Like, I'm going to freak out. I'm on shrooms. And my brother, while on shrooms and stoned, just looked at me and he's like, you'll be fine. I was like, yes, I will be fine. And he was like, yeah, don't worry about it. You got this. And he was so... he didn't seem like he was forcing it at all. I totally believed him, and I was like, dude, thank you. And then when she got there, I was super nervous. I didn't know how to act because I haven't really been in that position before. And my brother and my buddy Trevor, always a legend of the week, he was so much fun in Houston, just like kind of took over, and we're just like super fun and conversational, and just took the pressure off me. And I was like, man, you guys are just soldiers. And you know, my brother spent the night at the hospital and was just really caring towards my dad, and I just really appreciate his good-heartedness. So yeah, Chris, you're a beast, and you're my legend of the week.
Awesome.
Yeah. Who's your beef of the week?
My beef of the week is with my water polo coach, Coach D.
Oh.
What up, Coach? Fuck wad. Dude, this guy's anti-camaraderie.
Whoa.
Anti-camaraderie. Anti-fun. Came into coach us one year, straight out of college, had a chip on his shoulder. He's like, I'm going to show these kids how to play WOPO. And I'm like, he went to Harvard. He's just one of those young guys who, like, you know, I feel like as a young guy, you start a new thing. Either you'll be like fun, you'll be like, yeah, I'm loose, you know, let's have fun, or else you'll be like, no, I got to be a hard ass. I got to prove myself. And he was like the hard ass type, but not fun at all.
He's gonna hear this and be like, damn you, Chad.
Because like he told my parents, they're like, oh, thank you, Coach, for coaching the team. He's like, yeah, who's your son? They're like, Chad, and he's like, Chad. Yeah, he likes to mess around.
Wow, he represented you like that to your fam?
Yeah. And I'm like, thanks, Coach D. Why don't you go back to Harvard and fucking jerk off Mark Zuckerberg? And the thing that pissed me off the most, though, is we were watching a video of a scrimmage, and he walks by the camera, and you just see his legs, and he pauses it, and he goes, look at the calves on that guy.
And it was him?
It was him. And I was like, dude, no one has better calves than me.
Dude, my beef of the week is with my dad's doctor. I haven't had to deal with doctors in serious situations that much. I mean, there was the time when I thought I had damaged my heart, and those doctors were actually pretty nice to me. But this guy, I guess he's like the best pancreatic cancer doctor in the world. Well, he certainly fucking acts like it, dude. This guy has got an attitude, dude. I'm like, I'm sorry. Every time I talk to him, I'm like, I'm sorry. Am I keeping you from the golf course?
Yeah.
Like, am I affecting your handicap? Yeah, I have some questions. And doctors are very careful. Like, they can't say more than they know because they don't want to overcommit to, you know, what is going to happen, and then, you know, have to let people down. But after my dad's surgery, my dad has like a third of his stomach taken out. It was like a 6-hour surgery. He's going to be in the hospital for a week afterwards. He comes into the waiting room to address my family and tell us how it went. And he comes in just looking at his phone. And then he stands there and he just starts typing things for no less than 2 minutes. And then I'm just like, doctor? And then he just keeps typing. And then after another 30 seconds, he goes, he's fine. We're like, oh, thank God. Oh, we're like, did you have to do that with the messaging? Like, come on. And then he just goes back to messaging. And then I'm like, who are you texting? And then after another 10 seconds, he puts the phone away, and then he shakes all of our hands. I almost didn't shake his hand. I was literally going to be like, fuck you, dude. I wanted to grab him by the throat and kick his, like, educated, aloof ass. Like, I was like, dude, I get it. You're the best, and I'm so happy that you're the guy doing it, but could you at least act like we're the same species? Like, he was like, oh, hello. Whatever I do, you just sit there and worship me because I am a hero. I was like, yeah, you are. And my whole family was like, come on, that's just how doctors are, and he's the best, and it wasn't that bad, and like, relax, you're just scared. And I was like, yeah, it's all true.
Don't go on Bumble after an operation.
Yeah, he was like bumbling.
Yeah, that's messed up. I would get so mad. I hate waiting for shit like that.
All right, should we do some ads?
Yeah. Guys, Stokers, You like to bone. Humans like to bone. Animals like to bone. But when you bone, you need to bone right. And you need to bone smooth. That's why when you bone, you should bone with top-of-the-line lubricant. I'm talking Douglas lubricant. The top of the line, they're the best in the business. They know exactly what they're doing. They have excellent technology, the best scientists on the job, making sure that your experience is smooth and goes to completion. There's a lot of new sensations they're coming out with. There's basically a new icy hot product that they're coming out with that I haven't tested out, but I've read testimonials and it looks fantastic. There's lots of flavors: sherbet, original, strawberry, anal. And guys, when you bone right with Douglas.
Douglas, such a legendary product. So thrilled to be sponsored by such an esteemed lubricant. Guys, are you a young hot prospect in baseball and you're looking for a university that can develop your skills? Well, there's one place you have to go: UCI Baseball. Headed up by my friend Daniel Babona, the pitching coach. He was an ace pitcher, he's going to be an ace father, and he's an ace coach. And what he needs is your attendance at his university. Get there. They should call it UC Newport Beach because it's right there. One more thing also. Danny and I are in the same fantasy football league, and other members of the league are accusing us of colluding or working together because we did a trade that ended up being favorable for both teams. And they think I'm doing these advertisements as a way to butter his bread so he'll do more deals with me. Nothing could be further from the truth. I promise you, these ads were started in complete, good, wholesome intentions to just bring attention to a wonderful baseball man, Daniel Babona.
Shout out to Daniel.
What up? I love the pod, and I want to let you guys know that you have both inspired me to be more positive in daily life.
Thank you.
Awesome, dude. Anyways, I've got a question for you. I dated this chick for 2 to 3 years, but we were friends before, and eventually we became friends again after we broke up. It's been a couple years since we were together, but apparently her new BF isn't so stoked we still were tight with each other. Overnight, I'm suddenly blocked on all her social media, and he made her block my number too. He then verbally threatened me and bravely threatened me again via text after he's seeing me out. I'm pretty pissed at my ex for not having the spine to stick up for me to her new BF, but also now have an enemy in this guy. My friends want to beat the shit out of him, and I have texts from the girl sending me unsolicited pics of her nipple piercing. I ignored. So I kind of have a double kill shot if he tries anything. You're loaded for bear, my friend. I feel like we all lose, though, if it comes to that. But I also don't want to look like a bitch. What would you two boys do in my sitch?
Man. I don't know, man. What does he want? He wants to get contact with her again?
Yeah, I think he feels like he has to do something because this guy threatened him.
Yeah.
And I think he's a little bit worried that the guy might actually come after him.
Yeah.
He's a little unclear about what his overall intentions are with the girl. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the guy's actually going to come fight you.
No.
I think he's just angry and venting.
Yeah.
But he might. So prepare for the worst and the best will happen. Like, start taking jiu-jitsu classes.
Dude, yeah, I'd say getting karate.
Yeah, because it's just good to know how to fight anyways, and it's fun. So, yeah, I'd take jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I'd get involved in MMA.
Yeah.
Well, like, what would be the best defense for some dude coming after him?
I think most people think jiu-jitsu is the strongest base.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it might be wrestling, but it's hard to, like, get into wrestling, like, once you're, out of college.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of, like, wrestling schools.
Or get a taser.
I like the class aspect, though. So if you get the taser, go to taser classes, too, just so you can meet a new group of people.
For sure. That'd be a fun class.
To the head. To the body. Sup, Chad and JT. Love the pod. I usually listen to it as I'm on the Stairmaster or blasting out my weekly 5x5 sets of heavy squats. Ass to grass. Good man. Recently, an event happened in my life that has thrown me for a loop and almost completely wiped my stoke meter off the map. My wife recently became pregnant. Congratulations, which we've been planning for some time. However, just this week we got the news that she had a miscarriage and our baby won't come to full term.
Oh, I'm sorry.
As this is something that I've never even fathomed could happen in my life, it has me really questioning myself and my feelings. Obviously, my wife has been very emotional and I've been there to support her 100%, but I'm struggling with how I feel. Thinking that I was going to be a father in a few short months and now knowing that that's not going to happen has me really shook up. I'm so heartbroken that I can't even find the capacity within myself to cry. After the news was confirmed, I felt numb, like I couldn't even think. It still feels like I'm walking around in a haze, just going through the motions without moving the needle. I know this is a minor setback in what will be a happy life that will one day include children, but this feels like a knee-buckling knuckleball that life has thrown at me. Any advice on how to raise my stoke levels would be appreciated. Honestly, listening to you guys is like therapy, and I appreciate your openness and insight. Please keep me anonymous, as I've turned my crew on to the pod and could be easily identified. Of course. Man, my heart goes out to you. I think you're taking the first step, which is being honest about how much it hurt, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it took a lot of courage to write that. And I think you're doing the honest emotional work that'll get you to the other side. I don't know much beyond the platitudes, you know?
I've never been, I guess from what I've learned from all that motivational stuff is just to keep moving and you'll work through it. Keep loving.
Yeah, keep loving. Hey, Chad and JT, I love the pod. I recently started high school and I'm enjoying so far. I do have one problem though. I run cross country and there is one kid that keeps following me and my bros around and won't shut up. We try to ditch him without him knowing we're ditching him and drop hints that he's not welcome, but he still keeps following us. We cannot explore or scheme as long as he is around, and it is affecting all of our stoke. I'll trust you know what to do to help me out of this trying time. Thanks. P.S. Shout out to my brother Chris, who's probably listening right now.
Man, I relate to you on that one. It's tough when there's a straggler who keeps coming around. Yeah, I mean, it's tough because the dude, he just wants some friends, you know? He wants to hang out. But I totally relate to when there's a dude who just keeps coming and you're just like, I get it, dude, but this fucking sucks. I don't know, should be honest with him, but that's like rough.
I think you just let him hang around and then you just talk shit on him a lot.
Yeah.
You just try not to talk shit on him to outsiders, you know, because you don't want to like have everybody thinking he's a turd. But I've known a lot of guys like this, and basically in the end, you love them because they love you, you know? And then sometimes their personalities get better just through osmosis. But I would just let him hang around, and then when he's not around, be like, God damn, that motherfucker just will not leave us alone. He is annoying as fuck. Get it out, and then let him come back.
I thought you were saying, like, talk shit to him when he's around.
No, I mean, that's going to happen anyways. I would try and keep that to a minimum just because I don't want to see his feelings hurt. But, and he'll probably know that you guys talk shit on him a little bit. People are, you know, more perceptive than we think. Just know that in a couple years, you guys will do, like, a party at his house, and he'll be like, hey, I know I always kind of annoyed you guys, but thank you for letting me stay around. And you'd be like, you know, we did a good thing letting this kid kick it with us.
Yeah.
You're doing a good thing. You're doing a noble thing letting this guy annoy you. If someone really wants to hang out with you, there's nothing you can do.
Dude.
You can torture them. They'll keep coming back.
I bet in his mind, he's like, I know these dudes hate me, but I just need to fucking hang out with them.
He's like, I need to hang out with them. I'm just giving them no choice. And in the end, you love them for that loyalty.
He's like, nice hint, dudes. I'm fully on board with you, and I hate me too.
We had a dude on our football team who was like so annoying, and he just ruined so many moments. Like we were a terrible football team, but we got super pumped up before one game, and everyone was saying badass shit. Like this linebacker who was like one of our best players stepped up, and he's like, I can't wait to get out there and fucking hit somebody. We're gonna hit everybody that fucking moves. And then this other guy was a badass on the team, was like, fuck yeah, come on, we're gonna prove to everyone that we're better than they think. And then the annoying guy went to talk. And then the annoying guy went to say something, and then the linebacker went, Joey, don't fucking ruin this. And the whole team just laughed, and we were like, ah! ah! And then I kind of like pulled Joey aside and I was like, hey man, I'm sorry. He's like, I was just trying to get everybody pumped up. What the fuck? I'm like, it's not like that, man. You know, it wasn't nice of Josh to say that, but you're a good dude. And he was like, he like knocked my hands off and I was like, God damn it, that's why everybody hates you, motherfucker. I'm trying to be nice to you.
Dude, it's so funny when dudes like that will come around and you all be like laughing and stuff. You'll be like, oh, that was a hilarious joke, and then they come to sit down and you're just like,
the energy just gets zapped out. It's life, dude. What up, my guys? Fuck Puzio. I have a beef write-in. Went to the local grocery today and increased prices on eggs. What the fuck? Told my Reg cashier Jeff about it, and he upselled me on Mike's Hard Lemons without even being concerned about the yolk price increase. Jeff should know I'm in keto as fuck. He didn't. However, they were delicious, but there's major guilt. Not psyched about Jeff bamboozling me to suck down a liquid devastation for impeding on my goals. So fuck Jeff and fuck egg inflation. Oh, and fuck Gary the kneeboarder too. Let's ride some bird scooters soon, my dudes. Double fuck Puzio. Good for you, brother. Just getting it all out. He just had to get it out. He had a lot of anger. And thank you for sharing it with us, brother. Just let it out.
dude, my heart, Dean, my dog. My heart goes out to you, dude. It's a tough world being a keto guy. This is a carb-based society. Agriculture is fucked.
Sultans of Stoke Nation. I was recently turned on to the pod when my roommate and best bro Josh put you guys on during a long hungover road trip back from Mexico. You guys and Strider had us cracking up and quickly refilled our Stoke tanks after a weekend filled with Mexican debauchery. Just want to say thank you, legends, for having such a positive outlook on life and for being bold enough to make changes and inspire. You guys are truly beasts. My question is this. I am a manager at a company that shall not be named. One of my best employees and his fiancée are pregnant and expecting a baby soon. One of the new employees who recently transferred to my store told me about a rumor that another manager at his old store had boned my boy's fiance, and the baby he is expecting could be the dudes that she cheated on my boy with. I am torn on whether to tell my employee this rumor and drain his Stoke tank for the foreseeable future and potentially ruin his life, or to let it play out and hope that the rumor isn't true. Any words of wisdom are much appreciated. Thanks again, my dogs.
Damn. I'd let it play out because it might not be true. Is it confirmed that she boned the dude?
So you're saying he's got to confirm it first. Get to the bottom of it.
You gotta confirm it.
Get more intel. Yeah, is this a reliable informant that you're using? Or does this guy have his own shady motivations? I mean, I'm not saying that's true, but that's something you need to think about.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to just act impulsively here, make a mistake, and blow up a marriage on bad information.
You don't want to just come in being a loose lip Larry.
Right.
And just start being like, hey, dude, like, I know you guys are happy about your first child, but I heard that Frank boned her, so you might want to look into that. And then it turns out it didn't happen at all.
Yeah.
You know? So don't be reckless with the accusations and all that kind of stuff.
Get to the bottom of it. Because so what do you do if they boned, but you're sure it's not the other guy's kid?
Then don't say anything.
So if she just cheated, let bygones be bygones. But if she cheated and the kid's not his, that's the kind of lie that is too significant to let slide.
Yeah.
I agree.
Maybe the guy she supposedly boned, hopefully, is a lot different looking, so it'll maybe be clear. They'll be like, I'm not Chinese.
Yeah. What up, Chad and JT? Lately, I've been struggling with the dating apps. It seems that every time I match with a babe and we converse for a bit, it usually ends up with me being ghosted before I can secure the date. What are your guys' tactics on these apps? Do you have small talk for a little bit and then ask them out? How do you ask them as soon as possible? Or do you ask them out as soon as possible? I need to step my game up. I've been on these dating apps on and off for a while and went on only one date. Any advice you two could give me would be vital. Jay.
What up, Jay? Dude, my advice on this matter would be... keep it concise, you know, have a little banter up top and then ask her out.
I'm such a douche. Right when the message came in and mentioned dating apps, like it was like a Pavlov's dog reaction, and I went over to my phone and clicked on Hinge for like two swipes.
I thought you were looking for examples.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's what I was doing as research. Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm on them right now. I guess I do what Chad says, and I just banter a little bit and then see if they want to get a tea or something. I don't know, man. I don't think there's any like magic trick to it. Just keep doing it. try not to get frustrated, because everyone on these dating apps, we all just get frustrated after a while because it's low percentage. Just keep going. It's an uphill climb, but you'll get there. And just for the don'ts, don't bring up fucking before you've met. And yeah, there is a lot of like people talking to you, and then when you ask them out, they disappear. It does hurt. There's no doubt it hurts. You're like, do I suck? Why are all these girls not going out with me? Is it because I suck?
Never take it personally.
Yeah.
Never take it personally, because dudes come out from like the fucking air conditioning to ask them out.
Yeah.
The pop out events, sewers, like, hey, you want to go out? And they're just like, it's sort of like a mirror maze where they're just like, just get me out of this dude fest.
Yeah, exactly. They're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
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 What up, honorable ambassadors of Stoke? We're writing to you in a time of need on behalf of a brother who has succumbed to the non-Stoke side of life, the dark side, if you may. Basically, one of the members of our squad has lost touch of who he is. His Stoke tank used to be flourishing and overflowing. He was a full center with a great outlook on life. Lately, none of the squad wants to hang out with him because he is now super negative and brings all of our Stoke down. It sucks because he's a good dude, and we just can't hang due to his depressing relationship that has been built with broken glass and band-aids. His girl is a nice chick, but when they're together, our buddy starts to think with the wrong head while getting dangerously close to being exposed. I don't quite understand. What we're trying to say is he constantly cheats on her, but then becomes depressed each time, saying that he would never do it again. I know guys like that. It's so annoying. When your friend is like, oh, I can't believe I cheated on my girlfriend again. You're like, well, you keep doing it, dude. So I don't know what you, and I'm not getting, and when my friend was saying this to me, I was like hooking up with zero chicks. So I was just like, I have no sympathy for you, dude. I'm so much more alone than you, and I just have never mistreated anyone at this point. So I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. My virginity makes me feel better than you. We hate to cover for him when we're with other squads of girls or with his girlfriend. However, it would be against the code to do otherwise. But when he isn't together with his girl, it's the only thing on his mind and the only thing he can talk about. He doesn't shut up about his relationship problems. Is there any advice you have to get our brother out of this hole? Thank you, Chad and JT, for supporting the world with your positive energy and supporting the curl with that beautiful bleached flow. Sorry, JT, your flow is not hey grown in. Nate, Dogg, and Howard. I think they can change this guy.
You think so?
Yeah. Maybe not change him, but like,
She'd be like, dude, you suck now.
I have a friend who like cheats on his girlfriend sometimes, and I love him, but he cheats on his girlfriend once in a while. And whenever we're out together, if he's like, hey, I'm going to go meet up with but he doesn't complain about it all the time. He's much more comfortable with his mistakes, which I kind of appreciate. But when we're together, if he's ever like, what are you up to? I'm like, I'm going to go home. He's like, hey, I'm going to like go cheat on my girlfriend. I'm like, don't do that. He's like, what? And I'm like, just don't. I was like, how about this time you just don't?
Yeah.
And he's a good enough guy where I can say that to him and he won't like respond like, hey, don't tell me what to fucking, because there's people like that who are like, you think you're fucking better than me? You're going to tell me what to do? And you're like, well, I think I'm better than you in this one respect. I don't think I'm better than you like overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just tell your buddy at some point that you've had enough. You just don't want to hear about it anymore.
Yeah.
And you'd prefer if he stopped cheating. But just tell him, you're like, hey, dude, if you're going to keep bitching about how tough your relationship is and then I gotta lie to your girlfriend for you, like, I'm just not comfortable with that anymore. So how about you just like do your dirt and just keep it to yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this guy's coming on everyone. He's coming on his girlfriend. He's coming on these girls that he's cheating with, and he's coming on you guys by making you guys listen to it.
Yeah.
And you got to say, guess what, buddy? No more cum shots on me.
Set the boundaries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could just roast this dude too.
Right.
Oh, you're sad because you cheat on your girlfriend again? You fucking idiot.
Dude,
That's a good roast.
Or you could brag about how you don't cheat on your girlfriend.
That's good.
You're like, oh, dude, I just feel so good about myself because I'm not cheating.
Dude, I totally relate to Mario whenever I play that game because, like, I'm just saving my peach, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't fuck anything along the way.
She had a hard day at work, so she came home. I just massaged her neck for like 20 minutes, and then I cooked her up some bomb bananas Foster for dessert. We had such a lovely evening just watching Killing Eve together. And then he's going to be like, fuck you, dude. You're going to be like, I'm just happy, man. I don't know what to tell you. I really love my girlfriend.
We're really getting into Westworld right now, so it's beautiful.
Just keep talking to this guy about what a good guy you are. Go the opposite way.
Yeah.
Instead of moaning about what a bad guy he is, you just counter that by being like, I'm just a great guy.
Lead by example. You know what I love most about dudes? When they're faithful. Faithful, positive guys that don't bitch about it to their friends.
What up, Stokers? Ricky here. So yeah, I've got an issue. I feel I'm too vain. All I do is flex in mirrors. Every mirror I have to flex in. I don't know if it's an issue, but people in my life make fun of me about it, and they're starting to make me self-conscious. It makes me happy, but is it a bad thing? Should I stop flexing?
No.
You worked for it, dude.
Yeah.
And even if you didn't work for it, that's still being body positive. So either way, whether you're ripped or you're fat, look at yourself in the mirror. Enjoy yourself.
Dude, all the true mavericks in life, they were laughed at until they dominated, you know? You keep flexing, dude, and you go on your path, you know? Don't let people influence you. If you want to flex in mirrors, flex in mirrors. Show off that bod. I want to see it. It's like JT getting nude at a party, you know?
And I think everyone's vain. I think it's like the great lie that everyone's like, oh, the selfie generation. It's like everyone's narcissistic. We all like it. We're all self-conscious of it. We're all scared of it. We're all grossed out by it a little bit, but we all love it. And just because you're on the cutting edge of that, don't feel bad. Keep flexing, dog.
Dude, I love the idea of you flexing every time you see a mirror. I think that's amazing. I think because everyone looks in the mirror, but they always try to hide it. They do a quick glance, but you're just fucking standing in there like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Why do we even have mirrors, like in certain spaces?
Yeah.
Like when you walk into a tall building and it has a mirror at the bottom.
That should be his response.
They don't need it. They don't need it there. No one's like, you know, getting ready at that moment.
Yeah.
It's there because we like to see ourselves. It's fun.
That's his response.
And when you go into a big building, you know, I figure you're going up to one of the offices upstairs for something big and important. You like to look at yourself and see yourself in that suit and you go, wow, I look the part and I'm going to be the part when I get up there.
Yeah. So keep flexing,
Keep
dude.
flexing.
What's up, patrons of Stoke Nation? This is Chad Kroger coming in with a fire movie review with my dog GT. What up?
What up, dudes?
So we got an excellent movie for you guys today. Do you want to announce it?
Running Scared.
Starring Paul Walker. Gritty Paul, dude. Gritty Paul. New
On
Jersey
the move,
Paul.
dude. Roger Ebert says he doesn't act in this movie because he never stands still. I mean, which it wasn't his choice, you know. He's just running. He's running. He's scared.
Running. Yeah. I'd be scared too. A lot of hardcore dudes coming after him.
I have to admit something up top, too. I did not watch it. I mean, I've seen it
Yeah.
10 years ago, but I crammed some YouTube clips from it in today
Okay.
of some vital scenes. They were the scenes that I remembered most, so I
Yeah.
wasn't surprised they were the scenes on YouTube.
So how much of it do you recall?
I think all of it.
All right, cool. Well, man, it's a far cry from typical Paul.
Yeah.
He really took a chance with this one, and you know what? I gotta say, the accent was fire at some points and then non-existent at others. But overall, I was rooting for Paul, and then
A perfect accent is boring.
yeah, because that's not real.
It's more fun if they mess up a couple times.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he's not really from wherever he's pretending to be from.
He was keeping us on his toes. He was like, I'm like, what's that, Boston? And he's like, nah, New Jersey, kid. And I'm like, fucking Paul, you trickster.
Also, the editing, there's scenes where like he literally only says like, you motherfucker, you piece of shit, you asshole, you fucking jerk. And like
Yeah.
that's like all he says for like 5 minutes because the movie's so chaotic and there's always so much crazy shit going on that dialogue actually kind of fits what's going on.
Yeah, I gotta say, I did not like that side of Paul. I like Paul when he's on an island and he's tan and he's broing down with Tyrese.
Yeah,
That's what I love. But I appreciate this side of him. I thought,
because he's a good time guy, so we like to see him
Yeah.
having a good time.
and in this, he was having a bad time the entire time.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, Paul has bad times. That kind of sucks. But and it was an interesting movie the way the way it was shot.
Oh yeah, like
Some
the
of the-
colors.
the
It's so
colors,
like
yeah.
blue and red. It's like
Yeah.
they really like were like, we want to make this dark and weird.
Yeah, I watched it with Caroline, and I was just like, this is a lot darker than I imagined, than I remembered.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the darkest movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the tangents in the movie, if we can get into that. I mean, maybe we should tell the general plot first. Do you want to explain the story?
Yeah, so the movie opens with Paul and his squad of dudes. They get in a gunfight with these guys, and they emerge victorious after a few dick shots. And then they come out from the haze and they're like, man, that was intense, but thank you for blowing that guy's face off with the shotgun. Thank you for shooting that guy's dick off. And he's like, yeah, man, I got you. And then they realize the guys that they killed were all cops, and they're like, fuck. So the head guy, Tommy, gives Paul the guns. He's like, you get rid of these, take care of business. And Paul's like, yeah, you got it, Chief. He's like, yeah, I got it, Tommy. That was his accent. And And so he goes to his house and he goes home to eat dinner. He almost bones his wife. He starts boning her a little bit and she's like, let's eat dinner. And he's like, all right, whatever. Just, you look sexy. And then he goes to hide the guns in the basement. As he hides the guns in the basement, his son and his son's friend, they see him hide the guns. And his son's friend, I think, grabbed the gun because he has an abusive stepfather. You go over to the other friend, friend's house, Oleg, yeah, and his abusive stepfather is Russian, is like smoking crack, and things happen. They get in some kind of he hits the kid. Next thing you know, there's gunshots. Some of the bullets come into the other house and almost hit Paul and his family. He's like, "You motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck you up."
I remember this scene.
Yeah. And then he realizes it was Oleg who shot his stepdad. His stepdad didn't die. He just got shot in the shoulder. And he realizes Oleg took his gun. And he's like, man, I got to find this kid with this gun. I got to take these bullets out because the cops are going to identify it and then I'm going to be fucked. So that starts the whole him running scared. And then basically it's just like a full-on chase. He's like trying to find this kid Oleg, and Oleg is getting into all mischievous adventures. Meanwhile, Paul's trying to find this gun. While the other crew of dudes that Paul was with, they're like starting to get suspicious. They're like, why are you acting so weird about this? And he's like, nothing, dude. It's fine, dude. But then Oleg, somehow, because he's still running, he ends up in a van because he's hiding from these dudes. And the van turns out to be owned by a couple like pedophiles, these two creepy husband and wife, and they basically
this tangent was
they
incredibly dark and not related to the general story at all.
They just wanted to make the movie even more fucked up.
Yeah, they're like, you think this is gritty?
Yeah.
What if the two most evil people in the world were videotaped for a couple minutes?
Yeah. So he gets an altercation. Somehow Paul's wife gets involved and she realizes that Oleg is there with these molesters, and she goes and she saves Oleg and she shoots those motherfuckers.
And we have to talk about that scene because she goes into their house and it's so creepy. They have like a children's room that's like out at Disneyland.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you're a weird fuck, huh? And the lady's like, please leave.
Yeah.
And she's like, my kids are tired. And they actually have two kids in bed.
Yeah.
But then Vera Farmiga, who just has like incredible instincts, right before the lady closed the door on her, goes, no photos. No photos. She's like, if you had kids, you would have photos of them somewhere. One photo. She's like, and you don't. She just keeps going around the house, and the molesters are like perfectly cast. Like they feel very molesty. And
very
then
creepy and like
like weird.
Stepford Wild.
Yeah, like inhuman. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she goes into one room and basically finds name tags for all these kids that they killed.
Yeah.
And she finds Oleg and resuscitates them.
And she finds an incinerator.
Yeah, that they burn the children.
And more things happen. We end up at an ice rink because the mob employs ice hockey players.
This is the other scene we got. Dude, that was so funny.
Yeah. The ice hockey players are like, dude, I just want to play for the NHL. And he's like, no, you got to help me with my dirty business.
So to torture Paul, what they do is they get all the players out to like, not the players on the hockey team, just like the players in the story, to the hockey rink. And then these like henchmen like pin Paul to the ground. And then they have like semi-pro hockey players that work for the mafia who come out fully padded up in a helmet on skates, and they hit hockey pucks into Paul's face.
Yeah.
That's how they torture him.
And there's blood everywhere. I'm like, you're going to mess up Paul's face?
Which was hinted at the beginning of the movie when he's going to take his kid to a hockey game and he says, red ice.
Yeah.
Red ice, because they hit each other. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my only
blood.
That was one qualm with the movie. I'd be like, don't fuck up Paul's face. Like maybe fuck up his kneecaps or something. Like
absolutely.
Just leave that face alone.
They fucked up the face a bit.
There's a twist at the end. Spoiler alert, Stokers. So there's like one guy left, and he's the only guy left. Everyone else was killed in the shootout. And then he's like about to kill Paul, and Paul's like, you want to see something? And he rips open his shirt, and he's like, that's a wire. And it's a wire. He's like, I've been undercover for 12 years. My wife doesn't even know.
Makes no sense.
And
it makes no sense. He like killed cops at the beginning.
Yeah, he killed cops.
Yeah, like you're undercover.
I'm like, why don't you just arrest these dudes then?
Yeah, I think you got enough evidence, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So turns out Paul was undercover for 12 years. And then they make you think that Paul died. I was like, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't end the movie like that. He was running scared. He's got to emerge victorious. He's Paul.
And he did.
Yeah.
And at the end, happy ending, they adopt Oleg.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess in summation, if I had to describe this movie, I would describe it as just a colossal amount of shit happens. It's just nonstop fucking crazy shit. I would say it's nonstop fucking crazy shit. That's my review.
Yeah. Nonstop.
Nonstop fucking crazy shit. If you want to just see nonstop fucking crazy shit, see this fucking movie.
Yeah. You want to see some weird fucked up shit with Paul running and Paul being tough, and then creepy figures who get shot and molesters and stuff. It's a thriller, dude. Check it out.
If you want to see all the fucked up shit in the world and Paul Walker, this is the Paul Walker movie to see.
If you want to see Paul running scared, if you want to see Paul in a new light, see it.
Yeah. That's it.
I'd give it, out of Paul movies, I give it a 6 out of 10.
I give it a 6 out of 10. I agree. All right.
All right, Stokers, that will be it for episode 38 of the Going Deep with Chad JT podcast. Thank you guys so much for writing in, for being stokers, for being amped, for just, being vulnerable, for just, like, really exploring the kind of stokers that you are. Keep writing in, chadgoesdeeppodcast@gmail.com. Check out our Patreon for bonus content, patreon.com/chadgoesdeep. Check out the Reddit, reddit.com/r/chadgoesdeep. I've checked it out. There's a lot of interesting conversations going on, and they're making me stoked. JT?
Dudes, I just want to say thank you so much to All Things Comedy for...
ATC.
Yeah, for having us in here. This is a beautiful studio, and I can't wait to record more episodes here. And then to the Stokers, thank you for caring about it, and you guys got us here, so we really appreciate it. And boom, clap, Stokers.
We the best podcast. Job wow.
Boom.
If you need advice,